Welcome to Season 5 of John McGivern's Main Streets. Now it's time to get the inside scoop of this week's episode with your hosts, John and Emmy, producer and director Lois Maurer, and this week's content producer.
This is John McGivern's Main Streets podcast. I'm John McGivern. I'm here with Lois Maurer.
Hello.
Who is our producer, and my co-host, Emmy Fink.
Who was also the producer of this episode, John.
I mean, okay, maybe like 20% producer, 80% Lois.
Oh, so you co-produced.
Yes. So
this is nice.
every episode gets a content producer.
Right.
And when it's my episode, I usually do it myself, but Emmy said to me, I want to learn how to do this. Mm-hmm. Wow. And I'm like, she already has all the skills. I know that.
Do you want to do it again?
It's really? No, I loved being with Lois, and I learned a ton.
Yeah.
But there's so much work that goes into it, which is really good for me to understand, because I will produce things on my own, but they're not full half-hour episodes.
Right.
That's a different animal at the zoo, let me tell you.
So what in this episode did you produce?
We did do the site survey together. I go to every site survey and I take the content producer with. So
Right.
in this one, Emmy and I went together.
Because we're talking about Stevens Point, by the way.
And Stevens Point is a community that we know, especially Emmy knows, because they were kind enough to sponsor us the last couple of years, right? Point was that kind of community that was like, hey, we'll do this. We've done this for Around the Corner.
We did. One of the few episodes that we've done now twice.
And I will tell you that in this episode, Main Street's episode, there's only one thing we repeated.
We had to.
Father Fats. Christian and Leah. Okay, Chef Christian is just not only a character, but oh my God, he's so well known in Stevens Point, and his food is so incredibly good that I didn't care I covered him before. I'm like, we have to do him.
We approached it differently, though. We didn't do Father Fats. We did his pop-up restaurant.
Yep, called Chef's Kitchen.
Chef's Kitchen.
Which is very smart because it's like chefs, and then there's a blank line, and then it's kitchen. And they fill it in with whatever it is they're going to cook that
Whatever
week.
concept.
It could be Chef's Italian Kitchen. It could be Chef's Picnic Kitchen. It could be, and I think that's really smart.
You know who helped me a lot with a lot of the ideas for this show is Sarah Brish,
Yes.
who knows Stevens Point probably better than anyone. She is the former executive director of the Stevens Point Area Chamber. Father Fats, she kept coming back to and saying that he truly changed the food scene in Stevens Point.
Nice. Yeah.
So it had to be repeated.
Exactly. And we took that list of all the things that Sarah told us, and we went to this site survey to check them all out, and then the woman on the ground there's name is Carissa, and she turned out to be fantastic. We went in there, and Carissa will laugh at this, we went in there thinking, okay, Sarah just left. She's got the unfortunate position now of now being the new somebody, the new Sarah. Well, you're never going to be the new Sarah. So, of course, we were thinking, this poor girl, she's not going to know anything. Can I tell you? Fantastic.
She was so good at her job, so helpful, took care of I felt so cared for.
Yeah, and you would be like, we're running a little, when we were doing the shoot too, it'd be like, we're running a little late. All I had to do was text Carissa and she would go to the place and go, they're on their way, and she'd keep them entertained. It was nice. Wow, she was terrific. So we had a lot of help with this episode. For anyone that I'm gonna have to be the lead producer on, this is my favorite kind.
Because you do how many a season? 2?
This season I did 2, I think 2.
This one and Oshkosh.
Because I know Oshkosh too. And so, yes, I picked the low-hanging fruit. Stevens Point kind of wrote itself because we had such good contacts up there. But we didn't cover the same things as we did for Around the Corner.
Right.
Because some of the stuff, wasn't there. Like the Main Grain Bakery, which I happen to know, John, you loved.
That was
Who
so
doesn't?
Well, and it'll be a bakery, it'll be fine, but as you made note in another podcast, it's really about, in the end, it's about the people. So this married couple, Sarah and Michael, who started this bakery, and she was a student at University of Wisconsin, Stevens Point.
Yeah.
I think she met her husband at Stevens Point.
Yeah, and she would have pie night, right? She would bake pies and people would come over to have her pie. And
right.
As a student, who's baking pies?
I know,
as
well,
a college
obviously
kid?
you know
Not
Sarah
many
Jo's
people.
love.
No.
Yeah.
You were doing that in Whitewater?
No. Still haven't made a pie.
So, and they've made a business out of, and I'm telling you, the community loves their bakery.
And their restaurant.
Yeah.
Best food. The bakery
Great
is
sandwiches.
great. Yes, I mean, and Sarah Jo just knows. I mean, she's just a force. You know what I mean? She's just a force. And together, they're going to be a business owners that you'll see other things coming from them. I just know.
So those were our two food things. It was Chef's Kitchen with Chef Christian, and then we did the Main Grain Bakery with Sarah Jo and Michael.
Now, kind of food like is the Food and Farm Exploration Center.
Wait a minute.
Have you been there? Emmy, have you been there?
We went on the site survey, but I have not been there before that. No.
It's
but
an
I
incredible.
have driven by it many times. I mean,
What
everyone
an
knows
incredible
the
place that
potato
is.
masher
Yes, right.
when you're heading up to Lambeau Field,
That's what it's known for.
right?
I was having a conversation with somebody who said, I went to a place that has a giant potato. I was like, wait a minute.
You
I
were
know
in Plover.
in Plover.
Which
Yeah.
is right next to Stevens Point, which is why we included it in the episode because it's really kind of, it's right there. And when will you ever get to the Food and Exploration Center if you don't do it then?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's so worth seeing. I don't care if you're a kid. I don't care if you're a senior citizen. It really brings farming and the impact that farming has on communities and just your daily life. It brings it to you in a way that you come out of there appreciative and happy and educated. Like you went and pulled potatoes.
Do you know how a potato grows?
In the ground.
Did you know that before?
Yeah.
I didn't believe it
But
came
my
off
uncle's
a
a farmer.
tree. Like a potato tree or anything like that. But I was like, wait, I don't really know.
You thought it was like a melon, like it grew on top of the ground?
I wasn't sure how. I
Didn't
didn't
give it a thought, did
I
you?
didn't know.
Right. So many people don't give a thought to where their food comes from.
Right.
But you, as somebody in the area, can go to this place and go pick potatoes
Right.
and take them home.
But how cool, like think about it, you know, I go on so many field trips with our kids and their schools, okay?
Right.
That is something where the kids can go to some place like that. And remember the day we were there, I'm sure the day you were filming too. There were probably buses of kids. What a cool field trip where
Yeah.
it's hands-on and you're
Yeah.
seeing stuff and you walk away and you're like, this is what I learned today. For both the parent and the child. I mean, they really lay it out in such a fun way.
And while you're going to the Food and Farm Exploration Center, go into Stevens Point and check out the Schmeekley Reserve.
The what?
The Schmeekley Reserve.
I just want you to say that again.
You just like the word Schmeekley?
I'm like, hey, Schmeekley.
Because once we learned how to say it, because for a long time we called it Schmeckel, and they were like, no, it's Schmeekley, and so now I know how to say it. So the Schmeekley Reserve is a 280-acre conservancy, part of UW Stevens Point. We met a kid out there who's
Zach,
who's pulling buckthorn.
Buckthorn.
You know what buckthorn
Oh,
is?
yeah.
Okay, John didn't know because he doesn't have a yard,
Right.
right? Everybody that has a yard knows buckthorn.
Are you mad at me?
No, because it's invasive. It is absolutely everywhere, and it's like impossible to kill. And this reserve, they are trying to eradicate it. And let me tell you, there's a job. That's
Yeah.
a job. But it's a beautiful grounds, and they use it as a learning center. And it's so well used, Schmeekley. We've been to a lot of places that have like preserves and reserves. Not like this. I mean, it's a gem in that community.
Well, and it's really part of, it's an extension of the Green Circle Trail. So it's like everything is all kind of one there. The Green Circle Trail goes around Schmeekley Reserve, if I remember
Or
right.
maybe right through it. I can't remember, but it's all
And
very
it's
accessible.
real close to Century World as well. And it's part of the university. I mean,
Right.
it's all one.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
Century
Century
World.
World had to be your favorite thing, Emmy. Tell me it was.
Hands down. Hands down.
For the season?
For Stevens Point, absolutely. And you know how much I love to drink beer, so the Stevens Point Brewery was maybe second.
Oh, yeah.
But the flower hole on that course, I mean, believe me, when I golf my 3 times a year, they're at like the county courses. Okay, they're like the $29
Yeah.
for 18 holes because it's November 3rd and I'm just sneaking my last round in. They're not at places like Century World. And even though we only got to golf 1 hole, we went into the refreshment stands. Now, let me tell you, if you're used to making the turn after hole 9 and grabbing a hot dog, you need to go golf at Century World because It's incredible. It's basically a full coffee shop, a full bar.
And that's all included in the price of year-round.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
And
you
it's a
don't-
public course.
Public
Like, you
course.
can go there. You don't have to be a member.
So to have a 20-minute tea time interval when people come here, they really can't believe that.
There is nothing worse than, should we let these guys play through? That doesn't happen here.
Never. And truly every day somebody comes into the pro shop after their round and says, this was the best round of golf because I never saw the group ahead of me and I never felt like anyone was waiting for me behind me. I just played and I felt like I had this entire course to myself, which is amazing.
Very fun. I got to visit the oldest privately owned brewery in the United States.
Point?
Yay, point.
You know, the iconic old man, which that's a cool story too.
the pointy head guy.
He was just a guy who worked there that they thought, I mean, he had somewhat of a pointy head, but obviously they embellished it. Yes.
He had a hat on in the picture. They just liked his face. And they took his face out, whoop, and made a cone head out of it.
I think he kind of had a little cone head going on, and then they just made it conier.
Pointed.
Right.
That's right.
pointed.
Pointed head,
But
yes.
some of the best root beer, I'm not a soda drinker. Their root beer makes me want to be a root beer drinker. It was fantastic.
Yes.
You don't drink soda?
I don't drink soda at all.
Well, you
Good
got
for
to do a
him.
sport. You got to do a sport in Stevens Point. We got you on a recumbent bike on the Green
that
Circle
was
Trail
so
through the
fun.
hostel shop. Now that you would take up as a sport.
It's not really a sport, though, is it?
I don't know. Some people make cycling a sport.
Oh yeah, that's a sport for sure.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
This one, I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would feel comfortable on that kind of bike on the streets of any city, just because it's really low.
But on a trail,
On a trail, it was really cool.
I really, really thought you were coming out of there with a bike because you were so excited about it. And I was like, here we go. We're going to have to make room in the crew van because he's going to want to take home a recumbent.
Yeah, and that's a lot more room than just like your average rug or, you know, the print that you get.
right.
The what?
The print.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, it didn't. No,
That was a really fun segment
That was
to do,
fun.
though. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of logistical thinking when you're talking about bikes and drones. And Brian, our camera guy, also was on a bike. He was on an e-bike, but he had a camera. So yeah, I was just like, this is going to be a disaster. And of course, they left, you know, on their bicycles, and I'm standing there thinking, oh my God. I said, what is going on out there? And I guess it was flawless because Brian came back going, it was fantastic.
it was fantastic.
That's so good.
Yeah, that was
I'm
good.
glad about that.
That was good. Let's talk about
The manufacturer?
yes, products used by law enforcement, public safety, and military. What do they use? What do we know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They make mounting systems.
mounting systems
For like the gear. So think about the inside of a police car. They have a printer in there and they've got their iPad and their computer and all that. They make the things that you put that in.
Right.
So they,
Gamber Johnson.
Yes.
Founded in 1954.
they started like by making furniture or something, and then now they're doing this. And I've never met another company that does that. It's another product that you don't even know it exists until somebody shows it to you. And then you go, well, yeah, sure, somebody has to make that.
Right.
And they make it for all of those industries.
And you think how important, you know, like think what they need in an ambulance.
Right.
You know, and like
can't
the
have your stuff
patrol
falling all over the
cars.
floor,
No,
right?
everything has to be tidy and organized and
Yeah, it was really cool.
yeah. Well, and I had the chance. I don't usually know what you guys are talking about, but I do on this one because we went for the site survey and we got the whole
Yes.
tour.
Yeah, which was really cool.
And they build the stuff right there too.
Yes.
So they
big
have,
assembly lines. Like
Right.
lots of people work there.
but their show sort of room where you can sit inside where it's going to be used.
It's
was
like
really
half a
great.
car.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they bring to the trade shows to show exactly how it's going to be set up and how easy. What I thought it was like the locking mechanisms of like how easy they can just so quickly put it in and out, and it just snaps in. You know, it's in there and it's good. And
Well, this was one place where I put my foot in my mouth, Emmy, and I didn't know I did it until I said something out loud that maybe I should have just kept in my brain because the look
Oh,
I
not
got.
only out loud, but in front. Okay, in front of a group of guys that work there who are just like this is the kind of equipment we make. You know,
Yeah.
we're
Guys.
just guys, and I'm and so I'm like, oh, this is Nice. So their logo or their what they branded saying what?
It's like rugged for something about rugged for life or something like that.
Rugged for life.
Okay.
In front of these guys, this is what Lois says.
What? I didn't mean to say this out loud.
Rugged for life. I guess that has nothing to do with you, John. I was like, call me out here at the fraternity party.
Rugged. Well, just rugged is not a word I think of when I think of you, but I maybe should have kept that to myself.
What did they
Rugged.
say and what did you say?
They all gave a look like, wow, whoa, oh.
I know.
I get it. I'm like, I was like, Lois. Lois used to be fat. Is what I wanted to say.
So did you. And so did you. See, we have that kind of relationship where you just call each other out on the obvious.
No, it's just
But not in front of the client.
Well, I thought I was whispering it just to you.
No, you're high. So that was Stevens Point. It was a good episode.
Did you notice anything else about Stevens Point that might have been a little different? You probably didn't, because what I think was different, because Emmy was involved, was her list of stand-ups. Okay, you know how you have 3 stand-ups in a show. That's the
Would she have 6?
No, she had 3, but let's just go over her list. She had the Stevens Point Brewery, which, we know.
right.
She had the...
Another good flight?
Yes.
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 I had to go behind the bar with that guy.
I know. See, heaven.
Hello.
The WIAA headquarters, which they don't do anything there but make the rules, but there's a building that says WIAA, and I've never seen her so excited. Oh my God, the WIAA
Well,
is here.
I was a high school athlete, so that means something.
They controlled your legacy or
That
something.
means Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association.
You got it.
The WIAA. So she said, I want to do the stand-up about this one. And her third one is a place called the Nordic Nights Sauna. John, this is a community sauna.
Oh, my Lord.
I know. So I did you a favor. She's trying to make fun of me. Like, I cherry-picked all of the good ones.
you
But
did.
here's the thing. I cherry-picked a couple.
You did.
I wanted the salad bar one, and I didn't get that one.
No, we didn't get it either.
Oh, okay, good. That makes me feel better. But yeah, I was like, no way in. You know what? Is he getting in the sauna? I'll do it.
No.
Right, I know.
And it was terrible weather. Do you remember that whole episode?
It was a community sauna? Uh-huh. Were there people in it?
Just her.
I mean, just me, but if you go at any certain time, you don't know who you will be sweating next to.
And what did you wear?
Well, I had on I don't even think I had a swimsuit on. I had like a swimsuit cover-up on, but it was hot in there.
And it was
Hot in
cold
there.
outside and raining.
Cold and raining, and then Brian is following me in there.
And
Did
his
he have a
lens is
swimsuit
going.
He did not. His lens is fogging up. and
Of
we're like,
course.
Brian, this is not. So they're shooting me from the window outside.
There's a big window on the outside. So, I mean, community sauna, there's a window, John, where you could walk by at any time and see who's in the sauna.
But I mean, any other day you're in the sauna, you're not thinking about what you look like. You're just like, this feels great. Everything is seeping out of my pores. Lois is like, look happy. Look like you're not hot. Look, smile more. And I'm like sweating profusely.
Lois
like,
was saying that kind
right
of stuff?
through the window. I'm like,
I'm
I can't hear
shocked.
you.
Shut up! You guys all thank me when you see the episode and go, wow, I didn't even look like I was
Lord,
hot.
but we have to live through it. Look happy. You look happy.
For 15 years, you've looked happy, McGivern.
No,
But
it
no,
was
I
very
I
fun.
loved your content editions where you were like, I'm doing this one and I'm doing this one, I'm doing this one. That's kind of perfect.
And you
Yes.
can probably usually say, if John won't like it, I will.
Right.
And if it's something John would like, I probably wouldn't like it, which really suits the show well,
It
I
does.
think. We would like to give our Stevens Point fan shout out award to Stuart Sherman from Dunbar, Wisconsin. You don't hear about Dunbar all that often.
No.
Thanks, Stuart.
I ever have.
You said he's a fan shout out. How do you know these are fans? I mean, where do we get get this from?
So we find these people, our amazing social media team finds these people on John McGivern's Main Street's Facebook page. So there's so many ways you can interact. You know, a lot of people think, oh, the podcasts are just the only behind the scenes. No. Facebook, Instagram gives you true behind the scenes videos and experiences from the show that you're not going to see during the actual episode.
Right, because they're usually me with my cell phone talking to you guys.
Saying, do it again.
You do a lot more than I do.
Well,
Facebook stuff? Yeah, well,
She does.
you do a lot. I mean, I've witnessed have Emmy do it.
yeah, you
Why
did. You
have a
heard that?
co-host if you can't say that?
I don't blame you, which is why I'm waiting for mine.
What do you mean a co-host?
A co-host. That sounds, I don't know, fun.
So please follow us on John McGivern's Main Street's Facebook page and interact with us. And if you're kind in your comments, we might choose you for our fan shout out for the next one. But if you say mean things, guess what? You are out of the game.
Out of the game. That is the Stevens Point episode. It was a good episode. Thanks, you guys. Good to see you.
Bye.
Thank you, John.
Want to wear something that's going to support your favorite show? Shop at Main Street Store. Proceeds go to help us get next season into production. So come on, go shopping at mainstreets.tv.